Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. It's another late night Monday stream. Thanks everybody for joining me. If you're a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote in the chat. Let the people know. Speaking of subscribers, right before we went live, Julianne Hardstone subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, Julianne. Um, Zenelon is here. Hello and welcome. Got a few folks here. We'll wait a couple minutes to see if anybody else wants to join us before we get to building. As I said, this is the second time ever I've done a late night. Ultron's here. Thank you, Ultron. Um, I hope for my West Coast friends that this is cool for y'all. Someone might as well get my free sub. Well, thank you so much. You know, it for me, it's just like you're spending cash or using the coin, um, and it really helps me out. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna do a build stream. Once again, I wanted this originally to be a Monday afternoon stream, a weekly Monday afternoon stream, but unfortunately, uh, oh, Humbao, hello and welcome. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't work for my internet service provider. Does not enjoy me streaming in the afternoon. I get lots of drop frames. I can, you know, watch Netflix or Crunchyroll during the day, no problem. I can watch YouTube videos in full 180p, 1080p, I should say, not 180p, and with no issue. But when I try to stream during the day, it's a no go. So now I do a late night stream. We'll wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else wants to jump in to watch. But yeah, I'm gonna go till about 3 a.m. Might duck out a little early. This might be the stream where I duck out a little bit before. But uh, yeah, just because it's late for me. I'm a night owl, but still, I did work. So, and I just came home and de-stressed a little bit, and then turned on my gear here. Um, So we're working on the Sengoku Astray. If you haven't been watching, over the weekend we started the kit. We got a lot done with it. We got all of the arms and the chest and the head and the cool shoulder pieces done. I'm trying to be careful with this because the head piece here falls off really easily. I'll probably put a little bit of glue on there, but I have not done that yet. And we worked on the waist here, and we worked on the feet. And then we're going to do the legs and the swords and the shield. And then we'll be done. I don't know if we'll finish it tonight. We might finish on Thursday. I ran a poll. We'll go to the full screen here. For my subscribers, my $10 Patreon subscribers, to say, hey, what do you want to see me build next? And they picked, from a score of 2-1, the mobile pod ball. Which this box, my green screen, does not like that box. So this is the thing I'm going to build after. It should be a pretty short build. But this thing just is so goofy looking that I wanted to build it. I guess the storyline reason is that they modified some construction gear to become, to weaponize them. And they give they give some Gundams some trouble, so it's probably a good idea. But yeah, let's get to building. What is that there? Oh, look at that. Nope, that's that. Not sure what material that is. That's fine. I hope everyone's doing all right. I'm excited to build tonight. I'm gonna put some stuff away so that I have some room to do my building in. I'll move some stuff out of the way there. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good evening. I hope your Monday was cool. Those of you on the East Coast, hello and welcome to the late night stream. On the West Coast, not that late night. But also, I was thinking about it. I was talking the other day and someone was like, 1 a.m., that's late. And I was like, yeah, but for so many of my subscribers and viewers, if they're on the West Coast, that means that on Thursdays and Saturdays, I'm streaming at 6 p.m. That's early in the evening, you know? Like, someone might have to race home from work or are watching from work. Epic says late night with Pat featuring Gundam. Yes, we're featuring Gundam. Working on this Sengoku Astray Gundam. It's a cool looking kit. We're going to do some stickers. I'm hoping the leg stickers and the feet stickers come in before I get too tired to think. So we're going to do, we'll be popping out all these pieces and we're going to do these two at a time because the legs are pretty much identical except for when we get to the top, uh, that connect to the waist. That'll be different. But other than that, this is pretty much identical. So should be fairly straightforward. There are some gimmicks to these legs, nothing major. Looking at it, just some armor, and then I'll have to put some stickers on, as I said. But hopefully the stickers will not give me much trouble. The arm stickers weren't too bad. Shoulder ones, yeah, weren't too bad. I have the tools to do it, so. The swords are dope. What with the etching on the base of the blade? 100% Ultron. I love that it's because of the guy that made these, or, this kit, that they're like real swords. The design's really good on them. It's top notch, cool, and I like that it's a blade instead of a beam weapon. It's a good change of pace. Obviously, we deal with a lot of beam weapons in Gundam. In the same way that I love the Epion, and then the Tallgeese 3 has a whip. I think the whip is like just a good different weapon. Alright, so those are the 4 pieces we need there. So we can do that. And then we'll cut out the same exact pieces on the other side. Because like I said, we can do this 2 at a time. Because they're identical at this stage. Thanks for everybody joining me tonight. Depending on your sleep schedule and your life schedule, I'm not saying you got to be here till 3 a.m. I'd be happy if you wanted to. But you certainly don't have to come in here and hang with me the whole time. Oh, that's a sticker. That's what it was. Okay. I was just seeing the sticker and it was annoying me. But yeah, I'm happy to have you here, however long you want to be up on an evening. And that also means the same thing at any other stream I do. It's awesome when folks are here the whole time. I know that in the grand scheme of streaming, 2 hours is nothing, but it's not the same as playing a video game, in my opinion anyway, so... but I don't think I'll ever be one of those streamers that streams for like 9 hours every night. I certainly couldn't afford to do that when it comes to model kits, maybe with games. So if that sword was a scale, how big would it be? Do Gundam carry Final Fantasy sized swords that are way bigger than they need to be? Yes, Epic. Especially if you look at something like the main character in Iron-Blooded Orphans, their weapons are exponentially large. The swords in this kit are actual size because it's from a show about people playing with robot toys. Yeah. Arabina, one, hello. And yeah, so the idea is that, like, it's like a real life-size sword. Carrying it around. But yeah, these swords, like, if you look at it, like, obviously you gotta have a hilt or whatever, but it's a big sword. It's like way longer than the arm. Way, way longer. So I love that. And then they rest like here or something. We'll figure that gimmick out when the time comes. But yeah, it's silly in a way that I really like. Let's see. All right. A lot of straggler pieces on these kits. On this kit, I should say. Not these kits, this kit. Alright, so this goes over here. Alright. And this goes here. As always, once I do it on this one piece, the second piece will be a lot easier to build. Because I'll understand how it works. And then... that's always the way, isn't it? You'll learn a little bit and you do it again. Alright, so I'm going to do this. And then I'm just going to kind of... no. Alright, yeah, real big blades is what we're saying in the chat has let me know. As I said, I have not seen this show. I've seen like moments of the show, but not a lot of it. So I'm kind of clueless when it comes to what happens in the program. All right, I have to make sure I'm doing this right. As always. So this goes like this. And this is going to go like that. Go like that. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! With Gunpla. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like it's a cool idea. I've compared it to Mega Man EXE, and or as it was in Japan, Rockman EXE, and that they're like making the things and then fighting with their navies, their virtual friends. All right. This is Build Fighter kit. What a good show. Yes, so this is a Build Fighters kit. It's Astray Red, but it's the Build Fighter edition. It just looks so cool. Rich Gallup picked up this kit up for me off my wish list, which I will mention. I always mention, in the middle of the stream. If there's something you see there, I just added the Starscream model kit because I think that would be cool to build. I always try to have a few things there. Sorry, I'm taking my time here. It's not connecting the way I would like it to. There we go. All right, great. I see Twitch is filled with Kingdom Hearts tonight. Those people must be having orgasmic experience finally playing the game after all those years. Yeah, Epic. I'm like, I have no shade. Like, as I said, I did not enjoy the first Kingdom Hearts game. I never played the second one. I did not enjoy my time with the first one. And I know some things about it. I'm certainly not clueless about the series. But it's not a thing that I have any, love for per se. So I'm just mostly happy for my friends that they get to play a game they've wanted to play for a very long time. That rules. The robot this kit is modded from in Gundam Build Fighters, the Astray Red frame from a comic called Gundam Seed Astray, uses a similarly sized regular sword that's about 8 meters long. It also climbs inside an alien-style power loader. Yes, I've seen the power loader. Someone linked me to that, or it might have even been you. That has a 150 long, ridiculous, huge tower. Yeah, we got linked to that, the power loader part, which is just unbelievable nonsense. It's wonderful nonsense. But every once in a while, like a model kit or a Gundam that has a big weapon is always appreciated because it's just a delightfully silly thing. But yeah, about Kingdom Hearts, yeah, like I said, I don't have any reverence for it, but I am mostly just happy for people I know who really wanted to play the game. I don't know if it could be everything they wanted, but I hope it's good and they enjoy it. I know that I've heard early from some people who love that series were disappointed in 3. Some critics were. I'm not qualified to speak on it, but I hope it's good. I hope they like it. I hope they get what they want from it. Or if it's not what they want, I hope that it just being out brings some sort of catharsis. And they can move on. Alright. So we're just trying to assemble this again here. Just like we did with the last one. Do all the pieces right. Get disconnected. A 150-meter long katana. Yeah, it's a real big katana. One would say it is unnecessarily long. But yeah, that is the power the whole power loader thing is just to be able to wield it. It does seem a little excessive in my opinion. But maybe it's necessary for the comic. I didn't know there was a Gundam Seed comic. I wasn't sure where the Astray came from. I knew it was I knew that I haven't seen the show. I knew it wasn't original because that's the whole point of this series. Okay, so we did this. We got these two parts here. Now we can connect them to other parts here. So we need E21 and E22 on each side. It's pretty excessive in the world of the comic too. Those people that are disappointed in KF3 after all this time probably feel like I did after Master Effect Andromeda. Yeah, and an example that I have seen someone float around was how there are people out there, and we folks in the chat here know some people that are having a really good time with Fallout 76. It's not universally hated. It might be a disappointment to a bunch of people, but there are people having a really good time with it. Zorbs, a longtime subscriber to the channel here, has had a very good time with Fallout 76. So, like, it's not, everybody, but it is some people. And I'm sure there'll be some people who this Kingdom Hearts is exactly what they wanted, or they're fine with it feeling like a PS2 game or whatever is going on that people have been saying. I've seen a few people comment. Like, I'm sure there are people that are just having a great time with it. And that's rad. And I hope they have a really good time. Herbina says, I'm glad somebody liked that game. I'd hate for all the work to go and to be wasted. Yeah, I mean, it's not the Fallout game I want, right? It's far from the Fallout game that I want. But somebody is having a real good time with that Fallout game. So, good for them. I'm happy for them. Alright, so this goes in like this. Oh, okay, so we got some movement here once this gets connected. We'll put this where it needs to go. And then connect the pieces here. Great. So you can see there's a lot of movement with this knee piece here. I assume this is the knee or the leg piece. There's a lot of segmented parts here that are moving around. We'll just do the same thing for the other one. Yeah. Speaking of Fallout, I am going to be starting my limited series for Let Pat Play, my my ongoing YouTube series where every week I take a look at a game and kind of play it a little bit, do a little bit of a Let's Play. I'm going to be doing a series all through February, so that'll be 4 Mondays in February. I will be playing Fallout New Vegas with mods and cheats. So that'll be starting next week. I believe that I am calling it Viva Mod Vegas. It's going to be the name of it. My limited series on just checking out a cool game that I really liked. I think I figured out a good way of having it being able to record it. And what basically the idea is that I'm going to load it up with a bunch of mods that I like, and as those mods come up, I will talk about them. So I might go a whole video without talking about a mod. I might talk about 2 mods at once. But I'm looking at them now, and I've got a few already loaded up for my first video. And I might do it more than just once. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, but it is so far. The idea, I think, is going to be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to doing it because I really like Fallout New Vegas. But yeah, if you have a favorite, I'll probably put the call out on Twitter at some point for people's favorite Fallout New Vegas mods. I've got like are you going to play a normal difficulty or survival mode? Oh, well, Ultron, I was thinking about doing something like survival, but it doesn't really make sense for me to do it since I'm going to be doing mods and cheats. I don't know if survival would be necessary if I am turning on God mode and I have 100 on everything. So I don't think I'm going to do survival. I think I'm just playing it on normal difficulty, and it's mostly just like goofing around in the world and not taking it very seriously, having fun with it, but not taking it super seriously. I think that's where I'm at with what I'm gonna do for the game. Um, because it's just me goofing around in Fallout and showing off a couple mods that I like, and I think though it'll be fun. Right now I know for sure that I'm gonna have uh I have a bug fixing mod, and I have a there's basically a mod that uh lets you basically use all the cheat commands, most of the cheat commands, as a terminal. So it's basically a mod that does the cheats. So it gets around a few things that way. So I've that's one I'll definitely say, because that'll be like the first video will be me looking at that. Um, but yeah, I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I think people will like it. Um, Epic says, I'm super stoked for Obsidian's new game, The Outer Worlds. It's taken them way too long to make spiritual successor to New Vegas. Yeah, I mean, they're doing what they can with the budgets and the games people want them to make. So I am excited about that. Uh, yeah, Outer Worlds does look really cool. So that'll be good. I am uh, optimistic about that. But yeah, I have a soft spot in my heart for New Vegas. It's probably my favorite Fallout game of the three. I've only played 3 Fallout games. I will say that New Vegas has the best DLC of any of the 3 Fallouts. While yeah, I mean, Far Harbor is kind of incredible in that it's very dense and there's a lot going on, and there and it, unlike the rest of the game, what faction you're in does matter in that world and can change the outlook of it. Uh, um, and it also flushes out a part of a faction, like not the whole faction, but Children of the Apocalypse have like something going on, which is kind of interesting because they don't really have much in anything. There's like some nice ones, and then there's like the ones with at the lighthouse that clearly were fucked up. Uh, so like there are some cool ones, but yeah, they never got really fleshed out. So it's kind of interesting to see that. Um, so Epic says I actually like the amusement park DLC the best with Fallout 4. See, I didn't like that because I felt like the best way to get things out of that was to play an evil character, and I didn't want to play evil character because even playing along uh, didn't feel right. Like I don't want to side with raiders. I don't want to do shit to anybody. So, and also, if you don't want to side with raiders, it's kind of hard to fucking clear out all the goddamn raiders. It can be rough. So I feel like that game, that DLC, I didn't really love. Uh, but there are parts of it that I did like. I mean, I liked uh, the temporary companion. I thought he was fun, and there's a few other things in that I thought were kind of cool. But for the most part, I was not super into um, uh, the Nuka World DLC. But um, Old World Blues is incredible. Old World Blues is an unbelievable piece of DLC. It is so like packed full of characters and lore and like stuff that as you played it in order didn't quite make sense until the Expanse, the Lonesome Road DLC, and the fact that they had all of those things intertwined and planned out the whole time is kind of incredible. It's just like it's so packed and densely packed and wonderful. Uh, I just have such an appreciation for that, and also like James Urbaniak does a voice in that DLC, and like that dude's like incredible. Um, so yeah, so I was like, oh okay, well that's definitely my favorite DLC. There's something interesting about uh, the heart one. I can't remember the name of it. Working with the tribes, and there's something about that one that's kind of interesting, but not super interesting. Honest Hearts. Yes, Humbao. Yes, James Urbaniak from Venture Brothers is one of the uh, Robo Brains uh, in what was I saying? Why am I so tired? I mean, I'm just tired. It's fine. Yes, in Old World Blues. I think it's like such a cool, interesting thing. I mean, Mothership Zeta is a great idea, but that might be my favorite in three. But as far as four goes, there is no question that my favorite 100% is um, Old World Blues. It's just so cool. Just so choice and cool. Anyway, that's going to be my next project is doing that. I'm still working on recording it and getting my settings right and all that because it doesn't like dual monitor. But I put in a patch, a mod that like is like a patchwork thing that should help stabilize it some. And I've got a few other mods that I think are going to be fun. But yeah, I'm really cheating in the game, and it's going to be just silly, and who cares, and just destroy a bunch of stuff. I want to wreck shop in a game, and no consequences. Just do whatever. Be the hero of the NCR, and help everybody out. Help out the followers of the apocalypse, and make peace with Freeside, and introduce the boomers to the outside world, and do all kinds of cool shit. Kill a bunch of fiends. Like, just wreck some fiends. And kill a bunch of powder gangers, because fuck them. Look, some of the powder gangers, they're just doing hard time. They committed crimes for a number of reasons. But when the powder gangers escaped, they could have taken off. They could have, like, not been called the powder gangers. They could have hid. Instead, a bunch of them are like, yeah, this is our gang now. We still hang out at this correctional facility. We're still doing our thing. It's like, no. I'm going to go in and murder all of them. Do you murder all of the Elvis folk when you play? Hell no, Epic Open World. Look, have I, in some gameplays, killed the king's second in command because that guy sucks? Certainly. I certainly have done that. But no, I make peace with them in the NCR because they are a tribe, but I think they're pretty cool. No, the factions that I just straight up murder, the only factions I murder are Legion. Of the ones that you can make peace with or have to murder, are Legion and the Powder Gangers. I take care of all of them. And then I try to get the cons to escape and flee so that they don't get caught up in the war and die. Make sure they don't join Caesar's Legion. And then I broker peace between the chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel and the NCR. The only peace treaty they have in all of the world, as far as I can see. In any game, anyway. I'm a real goody-goody when I play Fallout New Vegas. I think the only people that really get fucked over are, like, I guess I could convince some of the powder gangers to turn themselves in, but nah, I just murder all of them. So I guess that's the only faction that I'm like kind of a dick to. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't even do the secret covert mission where you go and steal stuff for, um, you go break into the gun runners and steal stuff for, what's their name? The caravan people. I'm not about that life. I don't like stealing. I like a high karma game. People like me. Do you ever remark on how the rest of the world is in? Do they ever remark? As far as well, they do not. Yeah. No, Ultron. I don't believe we ever get a sense of what happened to the rest of the world. Like that's always been like a discussion that fans have had of like where's the next Fallout going to be set, and there's always talk of like what about a Paris Fallout or an Italy Fallout, like even an England Fallout. Like I think that there's room to in that world. Clearly, the world is huge. To figure out like what's going on in the rest of the world post-apocalypse. I think there's definitely stories to be told that they have not told. I think it'll be cool to do that. Lots of little tiny details on this kit that I'm really digging. Here on the legs, but to keep pushing some stuff on there, we need more E pieces out, so we'll grab those. Everyone else is fine, just fine. Yeah, I think so. I do think Ultron that uh, maybe in Mothership Zeta, you can see what the rest of the world looks like from the spaceship, maybe, and it looks fucked up. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played that DLC because I didn't play a. I played through Fallout 3, but I never like. I think I played a version of Fallout 3, finished it, and then waited for all the DLC to come out, start a new game to incorporate the DLC, and that's as far as I got with that, if I remember correctly. I never went whole hog with it because I liked it, but I didn't love it. And in New Vegas, I've played a bunch. Like I don't know how far I'm gonna get with New Vegas with this playthrough, but I'm gonna try a bunch of shit and see what happens and just kind of play until I don't want to do it. I mean, I'm gonna do 4 episodes of it, I think, at the very least, and those will be like an hour probably each. All right, so this is gonna go. That. And this goes into here. Oops. Alright, cool. This is coming together. And then that snaps in. Oops. Weird. Fallout Atlantis. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I would be up for that. Like, we do know that there's alien technology out there. From Fallout 4, we know that, in the 1800s, somebody found some ancient temple with the artifact that Lorenzo has. So we do know that that's a possibility. So yeah, there's some cool shit out there that they could explore in the games if they wanted to. I don't know if there's any interest in Bethesda to do that. We'll see how long. I guess there's some, like there's some cool lore. That's what I've been following in Fallout on New Vegas, not New Vegas. Um, that's the stuff that I've been interested in about Fallout 76, I should say, is the lore, and there's some interesting stuff in there. I would say if you don't care, like you like the lore, but you're not going to play 76, you should look up stuff about um, the masked young ladies thing. There's a cool story about some like vigilantes, post-apocalyptic vigilantes taking on the first raider gangs. Let's see, the Mistress of Mysteries, which seemed like pretty cool storytelling. But that seemed like the most interesting thing so far about that. That and the Fallout University, not Fallout, the what not what did I say Fallout? Um Vault Tech University had some cool story stuff to it. I thought that was kind of neat. Um, I'm super curious what Starfield is going to be. I'm kind of over Elder Scrolls, but I'm a sucker for space shit. Hey, Epic, I'm also a sucker for space shit. I like a good explorations. I like good storytelling. I am in the mood for some space opera type shit. Maybe some story, some cool storytelling. I'm always up for that. So I'll be interested to see what comes of those show series. Yeah. All right. Okay. And all right. Got it done. Got that done. We are making some progress here. I'm way more interested in another Elder Scrolls if they somehow make the combat better. Their melee combat, in my opinion, is bad. Yeah, I would say Bethesda doesn't do great with melee. Um, I know a few people that have played melee only Fallout runs, and it's always something where I'm like, that's an interesting idea. I don't know if it's a cool idea. I'm always more interested in it than I am like actually like psyched about doing it. But who knows? They could always get better at that stuff. All right, so work on some leg pieces here. Am I gonna have to do stickers? Yes, I'm gonna have to do some sticker work. Gotta get in some stickers. W2, W18. Thanks again so much for folks for hanging out. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing this Monday late night. I know that I want to stream 3 times a week. Um, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like now in the future. Um, Everything's kind of up in the air with me as far as like what my life is. So if I suddenly have my nights free and I can stream 3 times a week, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern, I will do that. While I like the idea of having a stream that's like a different time, um, I know that like it isn't really, great. I think we're like probably the same number of viewers if I did the afternoon, but 9 to 11 on a Monday, I could probably get Eastern time, I should say. I could probably get a few more viewers than we have here. This is kind of like, great. And I am, please, please, please understand. I'm thrilled you're here. I hope that that comes off as being clear. But I also would like, to have more viewers than we have currently on a general basis. So while I am thrilled to have y'all here, and I'm not saying anything to disparage you, uh, you know, I'd like more people to be able to check me out. So, hello, Hygarian. Arbina says, I really hope their next game isn't full of gnarly physics bugs that throw me out of the experience whenever I find them. At this point, I'm pretty resigned to the fact that Bethesda games just aren't for you. Yeah, and Epic understands what you're saying. Yeah, they might not be for you, which is a shame. I think their storytelling and world building is so good. I think Obsidian is really good at that too, which is why I really like New Vegas, is because I think like there's just some great storytelling stuff and some good payoffs from earlier series. But I understand sometimes it's not for everyone. Hygarian, it's great to have you here. Um, I should say that we are currently at um, 69 subscribers right now, which is rad. We dipped a little bit and then we got back up. We were at 70 for a moment, but because of people who were kind enough to uh, do gifts and stuff, we're at 69 right now, which is the nice number. Cool, cool. Happy to be there. So this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern is my the last build stream of the month. So every time I do the last build stream of the month, I give away kits. I'm giving away 2 Lego Star Wars kits this Thursday to a current subscriber. So everyone who is a subscriber on Thursday will be eligible. So if yours needs to be renewed, make sure you do that. For new folks that did it this month, you should be all good. Um, but yeah, everyone is up. Even if you got a gift sub from one of our lovely folks gifted you a subscription, it still counts. You can still receive those 2 kits, and I just message you on here and send them out sometime in the next month. Usually pretty early in the month, but might be a little later depending on how much money I have. All right, so we need 9. 9. Okay. Do you have to be here to win? Because I work not Thursdays. No, Epic Open World. You do not have to be here in person. It is one of my subscribers will win, and there are people who have reached out, that have won before. Usually, if someone has won within the last couple of months, I'll pick another name. Or there are a few people that say, "Hey, I've won before. You don't have to pick me." Or there are people that are just like, "I don't have room in my life for Lego sets or model kits." Um, so you don't have to be there in person. I will message whoever won. You just have to be a valid subscriber when I call it. So folks that didn't, renew their subscription, uh, theoretically, it could be somebody who, subscription expires the next day on the first. All right, so we're just doing a little bits of pieces here and there. I really like these clear pieces over the sticker. I'm going to put it in the overhead one because it's green. So the sticker, and then you put a clear piece over it, like these clear pieces here. I think it's a great, really shines. You can see it there on the chest, and then the shoulder pieces there. I think they look really cool. It's a good part of this. Hygarian says, looks like this kit is really coming along. How's the build so far? Well, we ran into problems when we first started working on it. On Thursday, I had issues here on the chest pieces, this whole section. I ended up, for the last stream on Saturday in the afternoon, I took all of it apart and had to completely rebuild it from the ground up, which was really frustrating, as you may if you might be able to guess. I was not thrilled with that part of the build at all. Um, Luckily, it ended up working out okay, but it was really frustrating. And then I might put a little glue on there because the headpiece there falls off. But overall, I mean, it looks rad as hell. I think the color scheme is great. I love these shoulder things and how they become fists, and you can either have them like over the arms to be like bigger arm pieces, or they can also eventually I can put a sword in there when I'm ready, or you can use it as a shield piece. I think this thing is like such a cool design, and it just looks so rad. I can't wait to build also the actual um, like dragon slash demon head shield, because I know that's part of this kit, and I know that looks really cool. All right, so we're gonna do this, and then this goes on their side. So overall, so Humbo, this is the 1/100 scale, master grade. It's the master grade, so it's in the 1/100 scale. So this is gonna be a good sized kit. I Almost all of my builds that are Gunpla are in the 1/100 scale. That is my preferred scale for building, not just like I like the real grades. I like some of the tricks in the real grades, but for building here on a stream, to me anyway, it's way easier to build the 1/100. The pieces are just easier to work with, in my opinion. Some people love the 1/44 scale. And we've done two 160 scales, and those are fun, but those are kind of gimmicky. Um, and also I build a high grade. I'll build a high grade now and again. The 1/100 high grade, no problem. I'll build those anytime. Uh, those can look cool too. They're just fast. Master grade's going to take some time. Like we started this on Thursday, and we're going to probably finish it here. So that's going to be a little, if we don't finish it tonight, we will finish it on Thursday. So it's going to be about 6 hours, which is for me great. Uh, that's a excellent amount of time for a kit. If it takes me 6 hours to build it, that's a good ratio because I am looking for things that take a little time. The next thing we're going to work on this pod ball. It's pretty small of a kit, even though it's a master grade. There's not much pieces to it because it is just a ball with some weapons on it. So like that one we might do in 2 hours. I don't know. It might take a little longer than that, but it might just be a one shot. Look, we got coming waiting for us. Look at that cool thing. That's the shield. I'm gonna build that soon. Gonna finish the legs, but also This might take. I don't think this is an 8 hour build. This might be a 7 hour build. And I don't go as fast as if I was just building and not talking. Conversations, talking about things. The part where we take a break and I, promote what's going on with me, like all that stuff does add up. And makes it so that I'm not going as fast as if I was just, had something on TV and was building or was listening to music and building. I could probably be way faster if I was doing it like that. But then I wouldn't be streaming. And why would I do that? I really like streaming and building. It's fun. So many very cool people have been in the chat over, the course of me doing this, and it's been rad as hell. I'm very lucky to have all of you hang out with me. I know that it's a small but really nice community, and I'm really thrilled with it. Hungarian says, I got to sleep early day, and we had a lot of snow to get through in the morning. Looks like it is a great kit, though. Hungarian's a great kit. If we finish it up on Thursday, I'll show it off next time you're in the stream. You have fun, too. Get some sleep. Epic says, it would take me a bajillion hours to build one of these. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting better at them as we go, right? If you look at the YouTube archive and look at me working on that the G Gundam kit that I was working on. Of course, I was only doing like an hour and a half stream or an hour and a half at a time. But I hadn't built it a long time, and I was working on a hard kit because the G series, the G Gundam kits, were part of a transitionary phase, and so like they have like screws and they were figuring stuff out, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Those kits aren't particularly great to build. So it took me a while to do that. It took me a long time to get in the rhythm. And also, folks, if you're considering streaming, if you do it here and there, if you're thinking about doing more of it, a thing to realize is that like it takes a lot to do all of this. To keep up with chat, to keep conversations happening, to keep yourself hydrated and keep an eye on what's going on and talk. And especially doing build streams. I found when I play games, it's a lot easier because sometimes you can just let the game speak. It can be easier to do this. Whereas a build stream, like I occasionally run out of things to say, and if chat isn't popping and asking questions and there isn't conversation flowing, it can be rough. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have some water because it's January and I've been coughing a lot. Oh, we're done with stickers. The stickers are done. So pardon me. Oh wow, I needed that apparently. Makes sense. Got that artificial heat going, Gets everything gets dry. I've been talking all day and a lot of the night, so yeah, I can get there. Uh, Epic says I have thought about trying to stream directly from one of my consoles to try it out. I think it's awesome that they have the option as beginner streaming option. Oh, certainly. Unbound says you do a great job, Pat. Keeps me coming back. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming back. I'm so grateful. I have folks that have been with me since I started, folks that knew me from Giant Bomb stuff or from Waypoint, met me on that, met me through various friends, met me through comedy stuff, and was like, also crossover with my interests, know me from League of Heels. Uh, like, people have been really supportive and great about this work that I do here, and that's always been rad uh, to have that kind of support. And um, I really like doing it. But yeah, no, Epic, what you're saying, it is cool that you can like stream from a PS4, like that natively stream from it. I think that's awesome. That's such a cool uh, thing that you can do. And I mean, it is a skill playing games. Like I said, like I can talk about Hearthstone while we play Hearthstone. I can talk about real world stuff and talk about ideas that come out of the chat. Um, and that's cool. Like in we're gonna in a few moments, in a couple minutes, I will take a break and talk about ways that you can support the stream and all that, like I do every stream. And when that's done, I've got two anime I can talk about. It's nice too that I know that I have that. Like, there's always new anime, and as long as I'm keeping up with it, I feel like I can have a conversation about what's going on and the shows I like. And there are two anime that I can talk about, and I have like nothing big to say about them, but like that's nice. I try to keep up with that, and I know that while some of you it's not your cup of tea, other people are always excited to hear about stuff, or they maybe I'm going to talk about a show that they haven't heard of, and they can check that out. Uh, Ultron says I'm getting to the point on the K2 Titans Gundam that I need to start applying the water decals. I have no idea how to do this. It looks so scary and easy to mess up. Ultron, you may have noticed. You've seen me do decals. You've never seen me do water. I do not have any idea how to do it. I've never attempted it. When I was building back in the day, that wasn't a thing that you got with kits. You got them with really expensive versions and with a lot of like it eventually made its way and became common, but it's not a thing that I've ever had any experience with. Uh, so like good luck with it. If that's a thing that you want to do, I just choose not to do it because I think that's the better solution for me. That's not to say that you shouldn't, but uh, new anime, the Pat Bear Slice of Life show. Yeah, that's a fun slice of life. It's just me talking about other anime. This week on the Slice of Life thing, here's a new anime that Pat likes. He's going to talk about it. That's pretty fun. Um, but no, I was saying, yeah, I have no experience with water decals. I know that some people like it's important to them and they're great at it, but probably gonna watch some videos to figure it out. But I'll put them on the half speed to be careful. Yes, Ultron. Remember that the internet exists. And all you're looking for is a video where someone will explain exactly what you need to do, and hopefully they will say it in a way that makes sense, and maybe there's such a small chance that they will have any sort of good personality or any sort of ability to talk to an audience. They will most likely be very awkward, and it will be very hard to understand all that they are saying to you. But you just gotta hope that you get lucky and you get somebody who like can explain what you need to know in a way that helps you. It's so hard. The internet exists. What I want to tell people every day with my job. Yes. I understand what you're saying there. It took me a second, but I get what you mean. But yeah, the internet, like, I a couple months ago, this was several months ago, I had to use at my day job, we had to use an old I gotta do that. H5 and H6. We had to use an old protocol uh, on or an old light board. Some old protocols on a very old light board that I hadn't used in a long time, and I couldn't remember how to do so. Like I just couldn't remember how to program a chase, lighting effect thing. I just couldn't remember how to do it. And so I looked on the internet and I found this like high school kids because they had the same light board at their high school, and they were like, there was like a skit at the beginning, and like they're talking about like they were like trying to talk about the thing, and like they were not good at describing things that they were doing. Eventually, I figured it out, but it was a process to like get to the point where I felt comfortable doing the thing that they were describing. It was kind of very, it was very silly. Eventually it worked out, but I was like, oh, I wish someone who could talk into a microphone was doing this. But yeah, Ultron, post some photos in the Discord if you feel like it. Let us know how it goes. Good luck with the water decals. I always include them in the box when I send kits out because I know that like some people like to do that work. I mean, I wasn't even using stickers outside of high grades up until, sometime last year, and now I try to apply all the stickers. But I used to just skip them and be like, if you want them, you can do them later, because I'm not comfortable with them. But now I've gotten better at it. That's a thing that I can say since we started, because people are like, oh, do you think you're better at building model kits? And I'm probably better at reading instructions on model kits. I'm better at kits that I have no experience with, I think, than I was when we started. Um, but I think the thing I'm definitely better at is applying stickers. I got better at that, certainly. All right, so we put that on there. And now we're going to put some armor on this. Get some C and some E going here. 23. Not much left of a lot of these sheets. We're getting on the tail end here. E23. Is this piece? I'll try to get some pics up on Wednesday when I get back to work. Yeah, Ultron. Yeah, let us know. It's always nice to see what people are working on. I try to say this more often than not, but like, there's the Discord. That's a great place to put stuff that if you're working on things. Another great way to let me know what's going on with you is to post on the Discord. You can send me photos on my Twitter. I always retweet when people send me stuff that they're working on because I like to see that. I like to see what people are up to. Yeah, I think it's cool when people send me photos. Did I? H5. Did I fuck that up? I think I might have fucked this up. Yep, I did. Okay. I understand what I did wrong. You might be able to see here, there's like, I know I screwed something up. But it's early enough that I should be able to fix my mistake. That comes off. Basically, I just put some things in the wrong holes here. And I was like, this doesn't seem right. And it wasn't. And I'm glad I noticed it now, so that I can undo my mistake. Gotta get my wedge out here. Yep. Hopefully I'll be able to fix this quickly so we can keep moving on. But yeah, I like to see what people are doing out there. So if you're building anything, we just had Smash Mouth Johnny post some stuff that he's been working on, some of his display shelves in the Discord, and that was really cool. Discord will be in the show description here on YouTube. It will also be, I'll post a link to it in a little bit. How many pieces is a kit like this normally? Epic, that's a good question. I don't know for sure. Like, I never look up the number of that. Lego sets always display that, but I don't always look up. This one's weird because the lettering is weird on this kit. Um, but it's a master grade, so it's like uh, I'm a bad judge of that. Uh, you're gonna get a lot more pieces in a master grade than a high grade. I don't know exactly, like probably like 10 sheets of things, and it depends on a lot of different factors about how many pieces that is. Um, I'm sorry I don't have a more detailed answer for you on that, but uh, okay, so this is gonna go like this. That's what's gonna happen. This has to go in here. That makes sense. It's a hard of a thing to fix here, so then that goes in like that. There we go. That makes way more sense. And then this goes in like that. All right. That makes way more sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean the master grade is a lot of pieces. Most of them aren't going to be that small. Most of them are a good size, but it's still a lot. And the master grade's a very involved kit. I think there's a lot going on in them. They're really rewarding, in my opinion. I have a lot of fun building these, but it is a ton of work. Uh, but then you get a fucking really cool looking kit. And I've got an apartment full of very cool looking model kits. I have to redo my displays soon. I'll hopefully get to that pretty soon. All right, and then we need C. We'll add some armor onto this, and then we're going to take a break after I finish this one step, and then we'll keep going. But I got to, tell you about all the different ways you can support the stream if that's something you'd like to do. 12, and then I'll also tweet out that I'm still building so that maybe people who didn't notice that that just find themselves on Twitter will be like, oh shit, that's happening. Uh, oh dear, just saw on my podcast feed, Waypoint has a 2-hour podcast they say is the first of a series about Kingdom Hearts lore. Not sure if I can go down the rabbit hole with them. Uh, yeah, I know that uh, they did a thing of attempting to just be excited and come from a place of interest in finding out what's going on. Uh, and that sounds kind of interesting. I don't know if I want to go on that journey with them. I might listen to the first one and kind of make my decision. As I said, I do know some things about the lore and the story of the first one because I did play a lot of the first one before I eventually was like, I'm done, I'm good. Um, oh, Ultron says I saw that Build Divers has a Gundam that is Deathside themed. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, I'm going to investigate what that is because I've not seen that. That sounds fucking cool. You may have guessed I am interested in uh, kits like that. So, hell yeah. Those are kits that I'm interested in. Okay. Looking for a link. Yeah, if you found a link, let me know. Okay, so, hi. I'm Pat Baer. This is the time where I take a little bit of a break. I'm going to drink some water in a minute. Stay hydrated out there, folks. Especially in this whole, when you're dealing with, if you're like with me with radiator heat, you gotta stay hydrated. Anyway, there's lots of ways that you can support the Build with Bear Workshop. The first thing is, if you're just watching and you're not already a subscriber, hit the follow button. Follow me and set your notifications so you know when I'm streaming. Maybe get an email when I'm streaming or just the notification in Twitch. Consider becoming a subscriber. It's a great way to support me. if you subscribe to me for $5, you get access to the Bear Cave emote, um, which is a cool looking emote that Alexandra made, Zandra on the internet. Um, Another way to support me is Patreon. I get a little bit more money out of the deal on Patreon. Um, this stream that's happening right now, this Monday late night stream, exists solely because I pull in enough money on Patreon to justify buying more model kits. I know that I have the funds to buy more model kits. That's why this exists, which is rad and awesome. So thank you so much for folks that already do. Consider being on Patreon. For $1, you get a bonus Q&A that I only do for Patreon subscribers. Um, the $5 club gets videos early. So tomorrow they're going to get my video that I'm going to post on Wednesday in the YouTube series that I do where I improvise characters in front of a green screen. They're going to get that tomorrow. So that could be you. And then $10 get to vote, which is why I'm doing the pod ball. The pod ball is the next kit that I'm building, specifically because it got voted on as the next thing they want to see me build. So that's coming up. Um, so that's a cool thing. I'm doing that. There's also my Amazon wish list. If there's anything you ever saw on the wish list that you'd love to see me build, well, you could buy something off my wish list. I'm going to put a link there in the chat. Ultron, I see you post a link. I'll get to that as soon as I'm done with all my spiel. You could, if you see something there, you buy that. I get it. It jumps the queue. No more voting. We go right to what you built. So there's some papercraft stuff. I'd love to do some papercraft on the stream. Um, as I said, I constantly add some stuff in there. There's some Lego sets from Overwatch that look really cool. Some Dragon Ball stuff. There's the Wild Liger from the latest Zoids, Zoid Wild. That looks cool. There's a goof in there that like it would be a fun build. I got a bunch of stuff. That Gunseed Destiny Impulse Gundam looks fucking rad as hell. Cause it's got giant swords. I like giant swords. I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff in the Amazon there. Then I've also got my coffee. That's a great way to just send some money. And any money I make on Twitch or Patreon or coffee goes into me buying kits if you donate to it while I'm streaming. Sometimes I use my coffee for like other things, like emergencies, stuff like that. But if I ask for it and you donate while I'm streaming, it always goes to buying kits and equipment. Also, bits. I should say that bits and cheers. You could always cheer this on the stream. That's rad. If you want to do that, if you want to throw a cheer out there, it would be cool. Feel free to do that. We love that here. Um, and then I have my Discord, as mentioned. So the Build With Air community is a great place, and you could jump into that if that's something you'd like to do. Build With Air community is a cool Discord. Get in it. I'm going to tweet out that I am still building. So we'll get the tweet out there. See if anybody wants to jump in. Let me find my tweet here and reply to the last one that I'm streaming till 3 a.m. Pardon me. I'm going to go over here. All right. Okay, back into it. Hello. I am now going to click on this link that Ultron said. And so I am looking at the, we'll let the link build here. That is definitely Death Scythe inspired. This is the Gundam Love Phantom. The Gundam Love Phantom from, it's a high grade. It is definitely Death Scythe inspired. It's got a kind of a Death Scythe and like also spider kind of a thing going. Yeah. Maggie's mobile suit. That is a cool looking kit. I should probably put that on my wish list eventually. I'm going to bookmark it and maybe put it on my wish list. I have a wish list for Gundam Planet. That's just a personal wish list because it doesn't work like Amazon. It should. I wish it did. But yeah, that's a. Oh, there's a high grade. It is the 144 scale, um, which, as you know, I don't enjoy, but it is a Death Sight inspired, and it is gonna go in my wish list. I am now adding it to my Amazon wish list. Uh, it's not that expensive. I mean, it is a 144 scale, high grade, so that's why. Uh, so it's a small little kit, and as you know, we don't love the 144 scale, but it is a Death Sight, and as you know, we build Death Sights. It's also very purple, as Ultron says. We build Death Sights here. I built every Death Sight. Had to do the high grade to do the Death Sight Hell. But yeah, I've done every Death Sight, so. That was nice. That water was very helpful. This time of night, I'm definitely pretty dehydrated, getting home from work and all that. All right, so we're going to put more pieces on here. We're getting back into the build part of this. Thanks for everybody who's just joined me tonight on this. I understand, weird time for me to stream. As I said, I'm committed to doing 6 hours a week of build streaming. 3 2-hour sessions, which is every week. That's going to happen because of the Patreon promise I've made. We hit a goal on that, and so I am going to do that. And I like doing a not 9 to 11 stream, but like I said, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like going forward. It looks like in March I will have something on Friday nights and Sunday nights. So I might be able to do. I'll probably end up with less Friday extra streaming, but it might mean that I can on Mondays do 9 to 11 or Tuesdays 9 to 11 maybe, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Monday, Thursday, Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try to do cool streams that y'all like. Always the goal. Is to just, yeah, is to stream me building model kits and talking with y'all and talking about what's going on and doing all that part. That's always the goal. All right, I guess we can talk about some anime stuff here in the last like 45 minutes of the stream. So the first thing I want to talk about real quick is that time I got reincarnated as a slime. We had some more humans show up, and it looks like we've got some human friends joining up. These are the first humans. There's been some alliance stuff, but this is even more. We're world building. We're finding out about some more of the. Sorry. We're finding out about more of the demon lords. Not a lot of excitement, but it was. There's some action going on, and some things are heating up, and it's gonna get. It seems like there's gonna be an attack at some point pretty soon, and it will get pretty emotional. But it's nice. It is a fun show. I really like it. I know some people have been talking about how it's kind of like a great example of what the genre, the subgenre can be. This guy subgenre, which it's nice. I mean, they introduced a young girl character, and she's not like complete nonsense. I mean, she is because she's a all-powerful demon lord, but she's not like. She just wants to be best friends. She's not like in love with the slime. Epic. The slime does talk. And for a while you only hear his thoughts, but then eventually he learns the ability to create sound from some bats that he absorbed their abilities, so he can communicate. And also, they can take a human-like form eventually. It takes a while, and we knew it was coming because it was in the opening cinematic. But eventually, we get to have uh, a a talking slime and a humanoid-looking slime. It's pretty fun. Brian Cartwright, I am talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Um, it is a season show, so it ran all last season and it's running again here. It's going to be 22 episodes, I believe. Um, it might be 24, but I think it's 22. Uh, it is an action uh, isekai, which is the either reincarnated or reborn or teleported to another world from our human Earth world, and so you take all the knowledge of it, or sometimes it might even be you wake up you think it's a video game. Is the slime a very attractive teen when he is human? So it's a youngish lady. It's based on a real person that Rimuru, the slime, knew. Um, but she's kind of, I mean, it's androgynous. We know who the slime is supposed to look like. Um, I'm not trying to say that it isn't like sometimes a little gross. There are elves that like live in the dwarf city that like he's kind of grossly into uh like but compared to the genre that is a part of the isekai genre, um the thing that it usually involves so many harem stuff, this is incredible because there are like a couple of attract. I mean, look, it's anime. There's an evolved orc, who wears like a business, like a pantsuit, but she's got just the biggest boobs. They're just enormous and stupid and nonsense. And then there's a cute young princess kind of character as well. It's got that shit. It doesn't not have that stuff. But compared to the genre that it lives in, uh, does it make more or less sense? No, Brian, it makes complete sense. The show, like, is, as far as the action genre, like it makes total sense. Um, it's not a nonsense show. All right, I got that leg connected there. All right, so I need to see anew. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I like that genre a lot. A lot. I like the character from our world goes to another world. That's why I'm like kind of into uh, Legend of the Shield Hero. It's a little bit of a different take on that. I think some of it isn't. It's not particularly great show so far, but there's something interesting about that. But yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a broken record about how much I like um, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I think it's just a really solid show and fun. And it's also different because a lot of times that subgenre features like a young boy or a young man or like a whoops. Oh shit. I'm just hello, Xandra. Xandra, it's 2 in the morning. What is going on? This is very late for you. I just dropped a bunch of sheets, so I'm putting them away as I say hi to Xandra. Anime. Just watching Hellsing, I thought it would not have weird sexual stuff in it. Oh, it totally does. Uh, the internet does not sleep. Yes, but I am tired. But Xandra sleeps. It's just very surprising. This is not someone that I thought that I would run into on the stream. I am pleasantly surprised. All the sheets fell out of my holder, and that's really frustrating. I'm going to try to organize this a little bit before I keep going here. You're also in bed. Well, great. I'm happy you're here. Thank you for joining me. We were talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime and how one of the big things the show does that you don't see in anime like it in its subgenre um, is that Rimuru, the slime, because he was like a 30-year-old man when he was reincarnated in this world is trying his best. He's like an adult. Like he's trying to do what he what's best. He's not a young teen that suddenly has all the powers in the universe. So it's interesting. It like allows the show to be thoughtful. And he's still like sometimes a dumb, like he was a dumb guy. He sometimes makes mistakes, but it's way more thoughtful than the genre is in general, or the subgenre. I love that the manga and don't remember the Oni lady's boobs being so big. Yeah, it's the Shinon is she's very developed, and it's a part of that. Trying to be a responsible slime. Yes, yeah. Rimuru is just trying to help. Hello, everybody who's joining me. Hello and welcome. We're building a model kit. I'm having a good time here. Broken records are sometimes a good thing. They are the people who are cautious about getting recommendations for stuff of art. Super cautious about anime generally because often anime fans will try to convince you to watch everything. Yeah, I mean, I try to be open. I try to be earnest about the things that I like and how, like, what was it, 2 seasons ago? How not to summon a demon lord. I don't recommend that show. That show can be awful and bad, but it's the subgenre I like, so I watched it, and there were some good jokes in it, and some good action, and some good character design. But like, there was a lot of it that was really bad, and it wasn't hard for me to be like, maybe don't watch this. Like I wouldn't recommend people check the thing out. So, uh, like I said, it was kind of easy for me to be like, actually, maybe don't watch this. Um, yeah, I try to be, like I said, I try to be honest with what I'm engaging in and what I like, so that people have a clear understanding of it. Um, hmm. Let's see. Uh, that series makes me want to write another isekai light novel. Hell yeah, you should, Xandra. Someone tries to earnestly suggest to me some show where the girls turn into horses and race, and I could barely make it through the pilot. Uh, what was that? Is it the show where they are horses and they're like going to high school? The Pretty Derby. Yeah, I bounced off that one. I like a good show about friendship, and I don't mind a show about animals. But that one didn't really. Yeah, that one didn't really do it for me. Yeah, pretty. It's like ooh something or other. Pretty Derby. Yeah, I just that one I didn't check out particularly. The first episode, yeah, I was like, nah. Um, I was no turbo teen. Yes, it was. Yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't love that one, but I know some people liked it. Yeah, there were some. I mean, that's also a part of anime is the leeriness of it, which is can be frustrating, and sometimes is part of it. And just like a thing that you're like, it's unfortunate. A lot of times you're just like, well, once we get through this one really shitty garbage part, it opens up and is really fun. And it's like that's tough. That's a tough caveat. It's frustrating to ever have to say that and make that like caveat in it because you just want to be like, it's great, enjoy, and sometimes you can't say that. All right. Pat, what is the show you have mentioned in the past that is girls making a video game? Oh, that's New Game. Oh yeah, epic. New Game rules. The second season is called New Game with an exclamation point. I don't know why they didn't call it New Game Plus. They screwed up. They just did it New Game with an exclamation point. Um, but New Game is one of my favorite shows in since I started watching anime again after years of not watching. It's so lovely. Yes, it is. For those that don't know, I've talked about it on the stream before, but I'll say again. Uh, the concept of New Game is that it is a game studio, um, and it's all women. And in fact, the show there are only like two male characters in the entire run of the show. There is one of the girls' younger brothers is in the show, and there is a male Power Ranger esque character that talks a little bit, and that's it. So it's an all women game studio, and it's about making games, and it's about like trying your best and friendship and quirky otaku and different kinds of people, and it's very, very gay. It is mostly subtext, except for two characters who, spoilers, at a certain point, someone calls them lovey-dovey, and it's very clear that they are, goddamn it, in a relationship. Everything else is pretty subtexty and not just outright, which it honestly should be, and is annoying that it is not. Um, but it is a really good show that I highly recommend. It's 2 seasons. The second season introduces characters I don't love, uh, but I like them more as it goes on. It also has one of my favorite minor characters in all of anime. It has one of my favorite, just like there's a character in there. She's just trying so hard, and she like literally grows as the show goes on. So yeah, New Game, it rules. It's a great workplace slice of life show, full of fun anime and like otaku tropes as well. Um, I don't that it is adorable. Sharks 2K. New Game is great. Uh, it's a really well fleshed out, cool show. And like I don't know if you learn about game design by watching it, but you learn about like the people that make games. Like I think it's very good about that. I've talked to some game designers who really love that show. Because it gets the feeling of crunch and camaraderie and all that. Um, Xandra, I don't know what my organization 8 name is. I don't know how to figure. I know there's a way to figure that out. I don't know what it is. Uh, I'm sure it's just whatever Patrick Klepek's name is because we have the same first name. I assume it's something to do with my first name, but I don't know the specifics. As I said, I played the first Kingdom Hearts game. I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember that I did not enjoy doing it, but that's fine. And if people love it, they love it, and I'm not here to stop people from loving the thing they love. Brian Cartwright just subscribed. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for that. Using your Twitch Prime token. Yeah, if you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch. You can get Twitch Prime. Link them together. Get that token. You could use it on me. Wait, your name is Patrick. Comes from Sharks. Just also subscribed with. That's so rad. Thank you both so much. I really appreciate it. Back up of over 70 subscribers right now. Yes, Sandra. My full name is Patrick. I go by Pat, but my full name is Patrick. Shark says add an X and mix it pretty much. So I would probably be like Pat. I mean, Patrick's just makes sense, but like probably Pax Rick. Pax Rick, maybe. Pax Rick. Maybe that will be it. I don't know. Um, Thank you so much for the 2 subscribers. Yeah, you just thought it was Pat. No, it is Patrick. I am my full name, my government name is Patrick Chandler Baer. And the thing that I always say is, thank you, friends, because no one had ever heard the name Chandler before Friends. I mean, people have. People in England know the name Chandler, but in the United States, Chandler is the first pop culture like reference to it. I mean, Chandler was a last name that people knew, and in fact, I have that name because it was a grandmother's maiden name at some point. So people knew the name Chandler, but not like people I knew that were young. And when that show came out, people were like, "Oh, like the friend," and it was helpful. It was very helpful to suddenly have a reference point for that. Uh, this is like when I learned that Alex's full name was Alexis. Yeah, Alex Navarro is not just Alex Navarro, which you would think because of his hippie parents, or Alexander Navarro, uh, or perhaps even Alejandro Navarro. No, it's Alexis Navarro. There was a time where Giant Bomb had two Alexises working there, and that's uh, unique. It's pretty unique to have two Alexi. Yes, you didn't. Epic didn't know that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Sharks. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think a lot of people don't know. They just assume that it's Alexander because that's the more common name, or that Alex is just an Alex, uh, because that would fit with what he said. But yeah, no, he's Alexis. Uh, I've always found interesting that there are Jeffs out there that are not Jeffrey, but they're not the Jeffs with a G. Jeff, Jeff, but they're Jeffrey. They're not Jeffrey. They're just Jeff. Names are cool, Zandra. Um, Brian, thank you so much for cheering. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, games journalist and uh, childhood friend of mine, lifelong friend of mine, Chris Kohler is just a Chris. He's not Christopher Kohler, but his brother Dan, who I knew all my life as Dan, is Daniel. He's Daniel Kohler. That's Chris's younger brother, who is actually like I went to school with. Chris is a year older, but then I became friends with Chris later. But I was first friends with Dan. Uh, Dan is short for Daniel, but Christopher is not. It's not his name. His name is Chris. That always surprises people. They always think that's not just a name, but it can be. Sometimes you think you know exactly what's going on and you don't. Like with model kit building. I am now a proper Alex, though I've completely fallen in love with Xandra. Yes, Xandra is a fantastic name, and I do know that while you are a proper Alex, um, uh, Alexandra is also. I mean, Alexandra is a fantastic name. And then also, Xandra is a great name. Two middle names. Yes, yes, cheers to middle names. I, uh, I very much like a good. I like finding out people's middle names. I think it's fun. Or that, like, the internet's Will Smith. Will is his middle name because his actual first name is is a name that people don't have and is an old an old you know what, not even grandpa. Will's first name is the name that people have, like someone's like great uncle who's they're not related to, like, so it makes sense that he immediately became Will. uh no, it's like, I'm gonna look it up. It's Werner, I think is his name. uh I think it starts with a V. I'm pretty sure that that Will's first name is like, I wish I could remember. Uh but yeah, it's, I mean, he's a good old Tennessee boy. Grew up on a tree farm. But yeah. I wish I remembered what his actual first name is. It's probably in his uh do you know that was my great uncle's name was? No, I don't. Uh I'm grateful every day that I dodge Ralph. I may be my grandfather's name, but Ralph is definitely an old man's name. Yes, though having the name Will Smith, though, does present challenges on Twitter. Certainly, you're rocking your brain. Dominant. What? Xandra, your great uncle's name was Dominator? Was he a professional wrestler? Or perhaps an American gladiator? Because that's the name of Dominator. Holy fucking shit. It is too early in the morning for that sort of revelation. Nonsense. Okay, I'm trying to look up. I'm looking up Will Smith's name on. Uh, oh no, his bio seems to be gone on. I thought his bio would exist on the. Okay, thought it might be on the another wiki, but whatever. I think it's Werner or something like that. Dominator is what I would name a German Shepherd. Shepherd. He was a hunter. Okay. A German Shepherd. I don't know why I couldn't say Shepherd there, but I couldn't say Shepherd for a little while. I'm tired. We're going to go for a little while longer here. This is like the cool chill part of the stream where I kind of just come down from building, but I'm going to keep going. I thought that I would be finishing this kit tonight, or this morning, whatever, but it looks like I will be doing some of it on Thursday, which is totally cool. But the thing we'll build after that is the ball, pod ball. Should be a cool kit to build. All right, so that's on. Built that. That goes on this thing, on this side of this one here. Just working on our ankle, it looks like. Doing a cool ankle. And we'll do exactly what we did there, but on the other side. So E44. Dominator with a German suplex. Oh, I've been meaning to ask why the late night stream. So, Xandra, a while ago, I decided that one of my Patreon goals was at $150, which we've surpassed by a good number, which is fantastic. If I hit $150 a month, I would do a third stream a week. And because I work nights, the original plan was I would do afternoons. I would do like 3:30 to 5:30 every Monday and do an afternoon stream because I only have 3 nights a week where I'm home at a reasonable hour to stream, Thursdays and Saturdays. And Friday I have various commitments, and so I was like, oh, that won't always work. So I decided to do Monday afternoons. But I ran into a problem, which is that, oops, I didn't need this piece. So the problem I ran into is that my internet does not want me to stream in the afternoon. Yes, I work 4 nights a week as a tech person. That's my day job is a night job. So I actually got out of work at like 11:45 and came home and relaxed for a little bit, and I'm streaming tonight. So this is an after work stream. But yeah, I tried to stream in the afternoon before I went into work, and unfortunately, that's not going to happen. I was just dropping frames, and it's awful. And I used to be able to do it. I think it might have something to do with the construction that's happening next door, or it could be anything. It could be just cold weather. But I can't stream in the afternoons right now because I don't have a stable connection. Like when I'm streaming now, I have no problems. I've had 0 drop frames since 1 a.m. And at 9 p.m., no problem. But like anything before 8, and I run into a lot of issues. So since I can't stream, then what I'm doing instead is I'm doing one late night stream a week. And as I said, with my schedule changing, I'm going to be unemployed in a week or so. Uh, there exists the possibility that I will be able to do an earlier stream. So if I suddenly am working daytime at a new job, I'll do 3 streams at this time. Maybe I won't stream Saturday nights. Maybe I'll stream just weekdays. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but um, that's the deal. Yeah, yeah. So I work Sunday, a really long shift on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I don't. I do email stuff and all that other things. But my job is coming to an end. The first week of February, I will be out of work, and when that happens, I will suddenly need I'll need a new job, but I might be able to stream, more consistently at the time that I like to stream. Because I have found that I like 9 to 11 for me. I think it's a good time, Eastern time, I should say. It means that it's not too early for the West Coast, but it's not too late. Thursdays at that time seems to work really well, or well enough for the people that like what I do. So I'd like to keep that. Thank you very much, Xandra. I do have a little bit of work. I mentioned it here on the stream, I think, on Saturday. Um, I have found some employment. It's not full-time employment. It's not a career. It's just a job. But I'm going to be working 2 nights a week, so really like 5 or 6 hours a week for a theater called the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, and it is near my apartment. It is walking distance from my apartment, so I was like, well, even if I get a day job, I might just fucking keep doing that. That sounds pretty good. All right, so our right leg is done. We'll be able to add this in here. We can even do that now just to do it. So we finished the right leg. We're going to start on the left leg for the next 20 minutes or so. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, Sharks, it is a nice thing that I will be able to work at a place that is near my apartment. It will mean that I can kind of come and go here and there. It won't, yeah. Even if I have a day job, I can come home, take a nap, and go to that, and it won't take too long to get there. So I'm looking forward to that. It's something. It's not job, but it's something. Sleep is finally catching up for Xandra. Xandra, thank you so much for popping in. Folks, if you're a subscriber, throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Xandra designed the Bear Cave emote. You can reach out to Xandra on Twitter if you would like to hire her to do work for you as far as icons and stuff like that. Various things. Buy her books. Support Xandra streams. She's doing some very cool streams looking at like this modded role. Like it's Mega Man, but it's role. You're playing as role, which is kind of cool. I watched a little bit of the YouTube archives of that. I haven't caught you live, Sandra. But yeah, the Bear Cave emote Xandra made. And fucking rules. So thank you very much. But yeah, give Xandra a follow. She's great. And also, it's part of the Positive Stream crew, which I can't tell you everyone who's in the Positive Stream crew, but I know it when I see them. And we're not an official crew, but we should be. But there's no part in our streaming process that is meant to be cruel or rude. We are nice people. That's our thing. At some point, we'll have to figure out like who's actually in it and all that. But yeah, Xandra and I are both in it. Kate Stark's in it too, because she's a lovely streamer. There's a few people in there. All right, so we're going to work on this other leg here as we go. We won't finish it. I'm definitely going to be able to finish this up on Thursday. But yeah, I think I can't imagine we'll get through it there. Pat, your Positive Stream crew sounds like a cult. It's not a cult. Oh, Sharks, yeah, that's Xandra. Yes, Q for Humbo to put in not a cult. It's not a cult. We're a loose organization of positive, nice people. We're certainly not a good. If we are a cult, we're not a good one because we don't even have a name And I don't even know if people are in it. I want a robe with a hood on it. Yeah, right? Maybe I can get a hoodie. People ask about merch, and I'm like, I want to get partner. If I get partner, then I'll get merch, okay? So get me to an average of 75 viewers. I hit the number requirement. I stream enough hours. I stream enough unique days in a 30 day period. So I can get that. You get me an average of 75 viewers, and then we'll talk about merchandise. But can't really do that there. More or less loose than Scientology. Far looser. It more strongly in that we will have rules that make sense to us and we'll know them and everyone will know the rules and the guidelines. So that'll be more. Less boating, far less boating than Scientology. Uh, Fairly chill. We'll be fairly chill. Probably a little more chill. And also, unlike Scientology, we are fine with you taking uh, medications to help with your mental state. We are pro that. Get well. You know, not self medicated. Talk to a professional. Find a combination that works for you so that you can exist day to day and be a better version of you or all working on it. But yeah. But yeah, the Bear Cave merch is a thing that like I would love to do. The closest we've gotten, as some people may know, is that I have a pin, the latest pin we did for League of Heels, the wrestling league that I help run. We did a Bear Cave pin, which is based on the design that's the emote, and I will have those. I'm now putting those in with the subscribers that win kits, and then I will have them at PAX East. I'm going to make more for PAX East, so you can come get them at the booth. That's the idea. That would be fun. I think that's going to be cool. All right, so, oops. So now I got to put this piece in here to connect it. If Tom Cruise endorses the Positive Stream Crew, I'm out. Yeah, Epic, I understand. I think that would probably be the end of the Positive Stream Crew if we were endorsed by a high-ranking Scientologist. We would probably implode. Because everyone would be like, what have we become? And I'd be like, yeah, you're right. You know what? We got really the bear calls. Yeah. Yes. Ultron, thank you for spelling my last name right. I let it slide, but it's fine. The other anime we didn't talk about is Mob Psycho Season 2. Y'all, Mob is trying to, like, he's growing up. He's, like, trying to not just do the things that his, sensei is telling him, his trainer. He's trying to help people. He's trying to, like, use his powers for the benefit of folks, and it's really fucking sweet to see. This is a real powerful, goofy little guy who's like trying to make a difference, and it's really obvious in this season that he's striving to use his powers and help people, and it's heartwarming. I'm really into this season. There's some weird minor characters showing up, some other psychics, and it's pretty great. But yeah, overall, really liking Mob Psycho season 2. If you never watched Mob Psycho, I would recommend the first season. Um, it's a great show, and this new season's starting up, and I'm really liking it. I got some good Monday shows to watch between that and that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Like, I'm getting some quality entertainment. We're getting close to wrapping up for the night. As I said, this is this late night stream. I'm happy to do it, but it is a lot for me because I did have a day of work and stuff and emails and prep and all that stuff, and then I went into work tonight. So this gets towards the end. I'm getting a little loopy here, and then also I gotta upload the local version of this to my YouTube so I can send it out to my Patreon supporters. So I gotta stay up and finish that because my internet is slow. So the video takes a while to get uploaded, which doesn't matter. I also could probably do it if I said once a week. You don't get it that much earlier than everyone else. I think people will be okay with that, but if I can do it, I like doing it. If I can do it right, I like doing it right. That's my particular motto. But yeah, thanks for the new subscribers tonight. Thanks for folks that are hanging out. It was nice having you here. Some new faces. Once again, I will stream again. Brian, get some work done, get some rest. Yes, thank you very much. You be well as well. Haha. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday, every subscriber is eligible to win 2 Lego sets that I built on stream. They're both Star Wars Lego sets. I forget exactly which ones. I can't be bothered to look them up. I will look them up. Oh, that was going on the wrong side. No wonder it didn't work. I will look them up in the future, and I'll know them for Thursday who's winning it. Thanks for the late stream. As a West Coast person, it helps. Good luck with the job stuff. Thank you, Sharks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm always going to try to do one late night stream a week. I don't know if it's always going to be Mondays. Right now, it's Mondays. It may be another time in the future, but right now, or another day in the future. Right now, it's Monday nights. I do a late night. And I think that works out pretty good for me. So I'm glad you liked it too. And yeah, so Thursday will be the last stream of the month. I'll put the February schedule up soon. I know that at the very least I'm streaming this Saturday. I don't know when my bonus game streams are going to be. I'm probably going to do a Hearthstone stream at some point soon. I might even do that on Friday because I don't have anything planned for Friday night. So I might just do a bonus stream on Friday. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a Twitch Sing stream. A Twitch Sing stream, I should say. Or probably not because my voice isn't great. Or if I'm just going to play Hearthstone because I've been meaning to do that on stream for a while. So I might just do that on Friday night. I don't know. Hearthstone stream. Yes. Oh, yeah. I've got a nonsense... I've got a quest hunter that's also the secret package spellstone, also the Zul'jin with Rexar in it. It's everything, and when it works, it's an unbelievable deck. It's my favorite hunter deck because it is too much, and it's great. So I might do that. Brian says good luck with the job search as well, hoping you would take our truth spot in the Rumble. I appreciate that. That's wonderful for you to say. I mean, but I can't take anything from R-Truth. The man has worked so hard, and all I can do is show him love and support. Could never take his spot. Although if he offered it, I certainly would consider it. He has to make the call though, not my call. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your I don't know, Monday night or Tuesday. I can take Mella's spot. We'll talk in the future. Thank you, Ultron. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the new subscribers. Thanks for people that are watching. I'm going to go upload this and then go to bed. Good night and goodbye.